Does it take getting outplayed in the last period to finally score? Yes, because the Hawks were getting shut out pretty much the entire game. Hawks were playing the better hockey for the first 2 periods of the game. And then they find the back of the net in the 3rd period. It was another rough loss for the Chicago Blackhawks, where they end the road trip 1-5. That was a horrible road trip by the Chicago Blackhawks. They couldn't get their game going, and they couldn't play hockey. They only have won 2 games in the last 9 games. That is unacceptable right there if they want to make the playoffs. 2 games out of the last 9. That's bad. So, let's look at the shots on net per period. In the first period, it was 12-7 in favor for the Blackhawks. Second period, 14-10 in favor for the Blackhawks. In the third period, it was 5-12 in favor for Tampa Bay. Total shots on net, 31-29 in favor for the Blackhawks. At the dot, the Hawks were kind of even with the Lightning here, where they won 48% of the time to the Lightning's 52% of the time. Kind of even, but still, the Lightning out won in the dot. Penalty minutes, 8-10, and the Lightning had a total of 10. Power plays, Hawks went 0-4, Lightning went 1-3. And on the 0-4, the Hawks had a 5-on-3 power play that they couldn't do anything on. When you have a 5-on-3 and you can't score, you're going to lose the game. Pretty much guaranteed. And that happened. Again. It was a rough game by the Hawks. They couldn't get their game going. And, well, they looked like the better team in the first 2 periods. But Vasilevsky was on his head. And Subban let in cheap goals, honestly. He let in easy goals that he should have made that ended up making them go down by 4 goals. There were a couple of them that he should have made, in my opinion. So, let's look at the goals of the game, because there's a total of 5 on the night. At 6:21 in the first period, Braden Point with his 12th of the season, assisted by the frickin' Hawks killer, Alex Kalorin and Steven Stamkos, to make it 1-0 Lightning. Yes, Kalorin gets the puck from Stamkos at the circle, and backhand pass down to Point. Point in the slot, and dekes Subban out of his pads. 1-0 Tampa Bay. No goals scored after that, but the Hawks had a couple power plays. They did not score on them. Tampa Bay was playing dirty in this game, and the Hawks couldn't take advantage. So we go to the second period down by a goal, where at 1:53 into the second period, Anthony Cirelli with his 9th of the season, assisted by Sergachev and Hedman, to make it 2-0 Lightning. Hawks now down by 2 in this goal by Cirelli. He dekes Subban, goes backhand top shelf, 2-0 goal for the Lightning. So the Hawks are now down by 2. And the scoring isn't over yet, because at 14:15 in the second period, Yanni Gourde, who's been playing dirty this entire series against the Hawks, scores his 10th of the season, assisted by Coleman and Hedman, to make it 3-0 Lightning. Gourde takes it all up the slot, back, one hand shots it on Subban. Bad rebound by Subban. Gourde gets the puck and beats Subban. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Hawks do a penalty and they go to the power play. Tampa Bay does, and at 18:21 in the third period, Steven Stamkos with his 15th of the season, assisted by Kalorin and Hedman, to make it 4-0 Tampa Bay. The Hawks get a penalty. Murphy goes to the box, and then Stamkos buries a goal to make it a 4-0 game. Right there, at that point, I said, okay, the Hawks don't deserve this game, and even though they looked like the better team, and they couldn't do anything to get the puck behind the net. So we go to the third period, down by 4. At 4:50 in the third period, finally, they beat Vasilevsky. Scored by number 12, Alex DeBrincat, his 16th of the season, assisted by Dominik Kubalik and Philip Kurashev to make it a 4-1 Tampa Bay win. 5 minutes into the third period, the Hawks finally find the back of the net against Vasilevsky in this game. And they couldn't do much more. The Hawks couldn't beat Vasilevsky anymore, and the Hawks lose this to Tampa Bay 4-1. This goal by Alex DeBrincat, though, was all pretty much set up by DeBrincat taking it on into the offensive zone, getting it on net. Kubalik gets the puck, goes over to Kurashev. Kurashev feeds it back to Kubalik, who then goes over to the Cat in the slot, and the Cat buries his 16th of the season, and the Hawks still lose this thing 4-1. They didn't allow any empty net because the Hawks didn't pull Subban in the third period to try and get an extra attacker, and the Hawks just could not find their game. I know they outshot the Lightning, but they couldn't find the back of the net, and it just seemed like they were getting bullied out there. Tampa Bay was playing dirty. Kaloran got away with an elbow to Boquist's head. I don't know how he didn't get penalized in the second period there. And then Yanni Gourde kept cross-checking Alex DeBrincat. He was playing dirty. The Lightning were playing dirty, and the Hawks were not equalizing against it. They were not delivering on the power plays that Tampa Bay was giving them. It was not a good game by the Hawks. I know they outshot them. They looked a little bit better, but it was not good. Now we go back home, finally, back to the United Center, but now we have to play Coach Q and the Florida Panthers. So, down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were from this horrible road trip, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank God we're going back to Chicago, because that road trip was horrible. But most of all, let's go Hawks.